morning, Johannes. Can you hear me, Johannes? I can see you, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
You hear me?
Yes, I can. The previous
You hear me
setting
now?
was... Yes, I can hear you now.
You hear me?
Yes. Okay, try to share your presentation. Let's see the first page.
Say something. I cannot hear you.
Try to share your presentation.
Okay, I can hear you now. You can hear me. All right.
Okay, I can see James, so it's okay.
Good. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Better. Good morning, everybody. Hello from Budapest.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
Good
Nice to
morning.
see you all.
Good
We'll try to
morning.
figure out if everybody is present. DSP,
From Bavaria.
everybody seems to be here. PA3, let's wait 2 more minutes and then we can start. So then let's start the seminar. The agenda point of today is the reporting. There's only one agenda point, reason why there is no agenda, basically. I'm here with my colleague Alpart, which you will see soon. And the division of roles we have today is that I am, let's say, explaining the reporting from the perspective of the lead partner, the project progress report, and Alpart is taking the part of the partner report. So he's explaining that dimension. I will start before we then immediately go into GEMS and simulate in real life, let's say, how it looks like. Some very brief general remarks on the reporting. So in the new where do we stand at all in GEMS? All projects are contracted and operating. Contracted meaning technically that you are also entitled to report, to use that reporting module. The submission of the first PPR, which you know is covering the entire year 2023. So exceptionally, we said we merged the first and the second reporting period. The deadline for submission is the 1st of April. This is why we do that seminar also now, because the reporting will start soon. Apart from the reporting, just to add in relation to GEMS, that yes, the reporting module has been finalized. We can report, but the project change module is still under development. So we have one case of a project modification, and that it will be done outside GEMS, meaning that we do it with based on PDF, which will be sent, and the decision will be taken based on PDF. Whereas once that modification module is ready, then you insert the changes in GEMS, and the decision of the MC will be taken based on GEMS. Minor changes are not affected by them. Minor changes are anyway in most cases handled outside the changelog file or by email or by phone, even in some cases. And there are some few cases, administrative changes, for example, that institution changed its name or new legal representative. This again would need that the GEMS module for the modification, which is not ready yet, but will be finalized soon. But I don't see any bottlenecks or problems here. What is new about the reporting or not new? New is that we have a half-yearly reporting now, except the first 2 periods. We have, as a novelty, also the 2-yearly reviews. We can talk later on that if you want, but otherwise it has been explained already what is behind those two yearly reviews. First one will be due in 1 calendar year, more or less. And to sum it up, we can say that all other processes and even the outlook of the system is very similar to what you know already from the DTP EMS. What you know already, if I say this, then I'm aware that there are some few actors actually on the table which don't have that experience, for example, PA11. So for them it's new, but still I think that session today will explain most. All those actors are, of course, welcome to ask today questions, or then we can also individually, let's say, have a further phone call or online meeting. What are the crucial documents in terms of managing the reporting? It's the DRP implementation manual. It's that section 4 there, which gives the rough overview also on the processes. And then we have the guidelines for reporting, which were put online last week, which is basically the document for today, if you want, because all those steps we do today are like this described in those guidelines. And we have the DRP control guidelines, which are for the controllers mainly, but which are even going more into detail and which are not exclusively for controllers, but public on the website, and you can also have a look. What is new in the now upcoming reporting years is a technical shortcoming we were facing and which we had to solve somehow, and that's let's say emerged because we drafted a template for the subsidy contract and we concluded the subsidy contract before the reporting module was ready. So what we did in the subsidy contract is the merging of the first and the second reporting period. And then the reporting module in GEMS was ready. We saw that it's simply technically not possible to do the same in GEMS. So GEMS will always offer a first reporting period for the first 6 months. This is why we decided, and I advanced that point because this is the only, let's say, bit tricky point or a possible source for confusion, but also no big mistakes can be made. But still, that applies to the partner report and to the project progress report. And I advance that basically we had to connect the reports in terms of how they are numbered in the subsidy contract to reports you will open in GEMS in the way it is shown here. So the first report according to subsidy contract is report number 2 in GEMS, and the number 2 is the number 3, and so forth. That table that you see here, which is also indicating the submission deadline, this table is an annex to those guidelines. So if you open and prepare and do the first report and perhaps the second and the third report, put that very table beside you and you will not make a mistake, and then it will become a routine. I will show that also, and APAP will show that in the system. And also as a general, let's say, remark or to recall, nothing changed here, how the general reporting process and the timeline is going. So we have the end of a reporting period, which here as an example, it's the 31st of December. And then there are 15 days to prepare the partner reports by the partners. There are 60 days for the FLC to do their job and to verify the costs. And in the end, there are 15 days for the lead partner to put together the progress project progress report, and ending with the submission in that example, then the 1st of April, 3 months after the end of the reporting period. And so it goes further. So then a new reporting period starts, and the submission is the 1st of October, and so on. Here I stop and I give the floor to Arpad, which will now in the PPT have some remarks on the partner report. We will then also start in GEMS in the partner report. So we will do it chronologically also, like it will happen in real life. First the partner starts and then the lead partner comes into game. And Api, please.
Thank you, Johannes. Thank you and good morning, dear audience. Let me carry forward Johannes' presentation and talk about partner reporting. So first of all, I would like to highlight some points through the PPT presentation, and then we will go to the demonstration in GEMS. So reporting will start with the LP, as LP needs to assign users to project partners in GEMS. Otherwise, without being assigned as a project partner, the respective partner cannot access that project. So assignment is in project privileges section of the GEMS, and it is very important that only already registered GEMS users can be assigned to project partners. So meaning that PPs need to create an account in GEMS to inform the LP. So you will see at the login platform, if you did already not create an account, you need to go and create an account for project partners. Lead partners are or do already have their accounts. Some other important highlights is Johannes already mentioned reporting starts with period 2, and next to it, it's I would like to emphasize to observe the eligibility rules for expenditures reported. So the payment deadline, which you know is the end of the reporting period. So in our case is 31st of December 2023. And please observe the deadline for the partner report, which is the 15th of January 2024 to be submitted. And you will see there is a section where the control institution attached to the project partner is displayed. Maybe at the beginning you won't find an institution assigned, but it needs to come with the time. You know, now when the system is building up, but if you don't have the control institution assigned by the time of submitting your partner report, our request to you is to message the national control, or you can even copy us and just to be informed about it. You will be able to follow the status of the partner report in GEMS. So as you can see, there are different status. There is this draft, submitted, or it will be also certified, and you will also will find this status reopen. So that will appear in case of completions are requested by the controller with regard to the partner report. In that case, of course, no need to scary. You just fulfill the completions requested by the controller and resubmit the partner report as you did it originally. Also, would like to draw attention to the attachment section, where you can attach various documents to which you want to relate to national control, like minor modifications or proof on outputs. It might be videos or whatever else. Now let's switch between the displays, and I would like to switch to gems. Can you give me a feedback if this platform is visible now?
Visible now, yes. Yes, we can see
Thank
it.
you very much. Thank you. Okay, so here this is the login platform of GEMS. You will need to insert the email address and the password. And I've talked about the create new account for those who didn't do that. LPs already did, but even if LP want to assign somebody else from the same institution, that person, if she has a new email address, it needs to be registered here. It is a simple automatic procedure. Pretty much, you just insert your name, email address. You will get a link to activate the account. You click on the link and it's already done. So now I'm logged in. Fine. I have here several projects which I work with, but this will be our project for demonstration purposes. Here we also already have for the lead partner, there is a report, as you can see, but our attention goes now to the project privileges section. So right at the bottom of the list, because here this is the platform where LPs can manage their project partners. In this case, it appears that I do not have the full credentials. So I do not have, because I do not have, you see here, the manager of this project is Johannes Gabriel. So pretty much the manager of the project is able to assign users. So therefore, you see here, pretty much it is Johannes who will see the full list of partners, and it is the manager can assign then users. For example, even the lead partner can be lead partner can have different users and not necessarily see all the project partners. So this email, the person who has this email here, the manager of the project, will see all the project partners. Let me just switch between the rows, and I log on, and I will log in now with Johannes' credential, because I need to see those project partners there. And
will be implemented towards
no, this is not. So
you have to log on.
yes,
Any
yes, because there is
Vaga, много прекрасно почнали преговори, спомнали също тук, и сега тук също напишем да и това няма какво да
okay. So let's go with the program user. Let's try it out. Yes, one second. And yes, we see now go to project privileges, and now we can see the lead partner and also the project partner. So let's presume we want to add a user here to project partner 2, and that user will be applicant for the first demo. But yahoo.com. So if we want to add that, so you will see input data are not valid. This will appear in case the email address has not been previously registered. Now I will just add an email.
Could you please put your loudspeaker on mute?
Applicant 1 .eu. So you can see now that I click on it and pretty much it has been accepted. That's because previously it's been registered. So now I log out and we'll log in as applicant 1. Applicant 1, applicant.eu. We have the password already set, and this is what the project partner will see. So the My Applications list project partner 2 will see the project that has been assigned to him or her. And this is the display, what the project partner will see. And if we go to PP2, you will see that PP pretty much the plus sign is not here. So as hope you so in to overcome this, that means that a very important thing to be mentioned, because here at the project privileges section, project partner applicant EU, you see we have assigned it with the view, and however if we want the partner to edit partner report, we need to assign with edit. And also here you see no control institution assigned. So pretty much it will be for all lead partners and project partners at the beginning. And then when control institution.
Would you please put on mute?
Yeah. So you will see here FSC or whatever the name of the national control is. So now I have selected the edit role for this user, and I apply the changes. Fine. I log out, and we log in with the applicant credentials. So we have this is for project partner 2. So now I log in as project partner 2 and click on the project I have. And now you see an add partner report as a button has appeared, which we will use to create partner reports. So I click on it, and we have already started creating partner reports. So you will see this section of this partner report here, providing information on the project. And you will see here the reporting period start date and reporting period end date. You can take those dates from the Annex 1 to the guidelines that has been highlighted previously by Johannes. And for the reporting period, you will now in this demonstration environment, you will see period 1, period 2, period 6. So even if it appears like that, we select period 2. So yeah, in this case, we will match whatever the end date of 31st December 2023. So as soon as we apply the change, you can see the Save Changes button makes active. But I don't want to make it active. I just insert now the start date and then date. And here the end date. As you can see, I make reference to the entire 1 year period for the first period, even though reporting period 2 is selected, which tells 7 to 12 months. But here for the starting date, ending date, manually we have inserted the exact dates and start inserting data on the activities. You will see there the labels of these fields are self-explanatory. It does please describe your progress in reporting period and how to contribute to other partners' activities. Important is that you make reference here for the entire period of 1 year of your activity, and you can also type specifically that this partner report regards for 1 year period. It follows the partner problems and deviation if there is anything. So I just insert here demo and also insert here demo. Of course, you will see you have the possibility to insert like 5,000 characters for your report. And it's also an important section here. You find this the partner spending profile. Many of this section is for the information purposes, like the targeted expenditure for this period. And so far we hasn't inserted anything. We hasn't reported any expenditure to this report. That's why here it shows 0. Cumulative target is in our case is period 1 plus period 2. So the sum of the two is 2,300. Total reported so far again is 0. And we have here the percentages. And in the last column, we need to insert what we foresee for the upcoming reporting period for period 3. Let's say this is we foresee like 2,000 euro. Of course, we have the spending forecast as it was planned with the project, but pretty much by this field you have the possibility to update and give a more direct and refreshed feedback on how you see the project progressing. Please explain any deviation in the spending profile. Again, here you can insert any text as you want. So have a look, just have a look again on this section. We are here in the report identification section. Maybe I forgot to mention that partner report sections of the partner reports are displayed here. So you can see this list, and we will go through each of it to have a complete partner report. Currently, I save these changes here. It is very important to save changes. Otherwise, if you don't save, it got lost. And then the next section to edit is the work plan progress. And here, again, you have a self-explanatory environment where you can select. You have the specific objectives already recorded with the application form, and you can select those specific objectives. and just start editing the description page like this one. Capacity building scheme. Let's say have a contribution, and as you can see, there is also a possibility to make uploads to this section. So if you have whatever proof documents or quality assurance templates, you can upload it here. And this was for specific objective 1, and we can also edit specific objective 2. And again, insert the details and load attachments. The next section is for public procurement, and here you can add public procurements which you want to report in a partner report. It has multiple sections, procurement, so pretty much these labels of the fields are self-explanatory, and it will be easy for you to get informed on the information content needs to be inserted. So contract date, let's select the date here, like 1st of October. Contract type, it is editable field. Public. Contracted amount, let's say 25,000. Currency, and also select supplier name. VAT identification, you can see the asterisk mark there, which means that field is mandatory, and whatever comment if you want to insert, you click on create. You will receive some additional fields to be added to the public procurement depending on the threshold, or if your public procurement goes above reaches the EU threshold. That means that beneficial owners and subcontractors, if there is any, those are mandatory. And here you also have an attachments section. Pretty much you can upload the contract or supporting documents, and GDPR attachments. You can upload files here. Just I want to reach back to the project privileges section, which what we started. So there, as we have seen, there was this options for a user to be what exercise to have to edit or to view, and also there is a checkbox for sensible data. So if that checkbox is selected, then the respective user will be allowed to display sensible data. If that checkbox is not selected, then the respective user are not allowed to display sensible data. Sensible data can be anything like details on staff expenditure or whatever else you consider sensitive. So again, we have completed this section, the public procurement, and the next one is list of expenditures. So we can add here expenditures, observing the eligibility rules. It is very important. So you can see here again, this checkbox is showing whether this row contains or not sensitive data. So we are selecting a cost category, like let's say staff cost, In that case, public procurement goes to not applicable. Internal reference number, let's just use now simple terms. Invoice date, payment date. Let's go back to date of payment, over 30. Description, right. Again, we can insert comment. Yeah. Total invoice value. In our case, this is the wage. Let's insert 500. VAT is not applicable. It is also possible, for example, to report only a part of that. So if a staff member is on a certain percentage of work assigned, you can insert here like 1,000 and declare the amount. You can make it like 500, and in the partner report to be validated amount, this will appear. Currency, we can select the currency, conversion rate, and here it is. Now you see that attachment section here doesn't display anything. That's but if now I click on save changes, I do, so the upload button here appeared. So you can click on it and attach supporting document. If there was a mistake or you need to review, you can anytime delete that respective record with this trash bin. We can add more expenditures here, like external expertise and services, and we can also make reference to the public procurement to which it belongs. That is the case. For invoice date. Yes. Payment date, as we know, it cannot exceed the end date of the reporting period. Expenditure 1. Expenditure 1. Here again, you can insert the total value of the invoice. Let's make it 5,000. VAT, you can declare 1,000 for the terms of simplicity, and the declared amount. So declared amount is different from the invoice value. It can be the same or much less. Previously, we have seen that we have inserted less amount. In this case, we put the full amount to be reported. And you see again here, the attachment button is not active. So you need to click on Save Changes, and the attachment button gets activated. You can upload attachments and supporting documents. For this time, I think these 2 records are sufficient for the demonstration purpose. And the next one is the contribution section. So here, pretty much the system wants you to insert the contribution, and we know that this contribution is already defined. So we know how much is the indirect contribution, how much is the own contribution of that, and and for easy reference, to cheat a bit, we can look here at the financial overview section if we go now. So currently we have inserted So here you see the total eligible budget of the partner and also the values inserted for the current report. So in total, we have reported 5,575. That's because we inserted 500 for staff cost, and that has office and administrative expenditures 15%, which makes 75. And also the external expertise and services with 5,000 euros. That's how it builds up the 5,575 euro amount. And here you can see what is we are interested now is the amount of public contribution, which 1,115. If we would have defined for this project partner state contribution or private contribution, it would appear here. But what we do now is take this 1,115 and go back to contribution sections and insert it here. Sorry. Yes. And make it save changes. If we go back now, financial overview, nothing changed. We see the fields displayed, but the amount that has been inserted appears here in the current report. Good. So we are done with this section. If the project partner would have state contribution or to the project, so in that case, the state contribution subtotal state contribution is editable, and you can also insert there the amount based on what do you see displayed in the financial overview section here. Report annexes. So report annexes. So if we would like to upload anything else like minor modifications or supporting documents for minor modifications or whatever document that does not belong to any sections presented so far, you can upload it here and it will be attached to the partner report. Next to it is this option to export the partner report. You need to select the export plugin that can be, let's say, just partner report, example export, and clicking on the export button. It does export, and you will find it in the downloads section of your computer. Financial overview, we have already had a look on this, and there is also a display of the expenditures reported based per cost category. You will see some this text here, part or re-included. So if not in the first report, but with the upcoming report, if your controllers part some of the expenditures, it will be displayed here. And also if you have re-included some of those expenditures, then it will be displayed in the re-include section or field. As you can see, it also displays the remaining budget. So this is a very helpful section. And the next one is the submit, where the submit partner report button is not active at the very first, but you need to click on run pre-submission check. I'm not sure whether, so you see currently there's no pre-check is active. So in that case, the submit partner report, if you click on pre-submission, the submit partner report get automatically activated. Let me ask if you have questions so far or anything to ask related to the partner report, because pretty much this is all about partner report. The next step is if we click on it, you see we will the partner report will get submitted to the national control. Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. I would just like to ask again regarding the reporting periods, what Johannes described before. So did I understand correctly that in GEMS, each reporting period is only 6 months long, and it's not possible to have that differently? And therefore, we have to create the partner report 2 now when we report for the first time, and we will not create a partner report 1 in GEMS?
I will show this. Irene, I will show it.
Okay.
And then, because I will come to that step and then I will talk on top. That will be then the reply to your question. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Then I would have one more question for the moment. In the partner privileges section, you showed that it says no control institution assigned for the partners. That's also what we see in GEMS. So
exactly.
At what point will that be changed, or does that have to be changed by us, or can we start with the partner report at a point even when there is no control institution assigned?
Indeed, you are correct. You can start the partner report even if no control institution assigned, and if you are complete with it and still no control institution assigned, just click on submit partner report, and in that case, by the time you submit the partner report and no control institution assigned, my request to you or advice would be to send the message to the national control, and you can even copy us, so we can be aware and facilitate assigning the control institution to the respective project partner.
Okay, but so for the moment, it will not hinder us in creating the report or filling in the report that there is no control institution assigned yet.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So the next step is we click on the submit partner report, we confirm it, and you can see the status has changed to partner report submitted. And here from the draft, the current status is submitted. That was pretty much all about partner report, and if no additional questions, I would like to hand the floor back to Johannes, who will guide you through the project reporting section. Thank you.
Hello, excuse me, could I have one more question, please?
Yes, please.
Do we report the full amounts, or we split them somehow in the subsidy and the national co-financing?
So again, the question, if you report the full amount?
Yes, of the expenditures, or is there somewhere where we need to split them between the subsidy and the national co-financing? Because we have this 80-20 co-financing scheme. But
80-20.
Yes.
Yes. So here in the list of expenditures section, you don't care about the co-financing. Here you just insert the expenditure itself, and when you are finished inserting the expenditures, you can review whatever you have inserted. in the financial overview section, and the system will automatically calculate the partner contribution, the state contribution, whatever combination of contribution you have. The system will reflect it here, and it's an extra step that pretty much you manually take the amounts and will insert in the contribution sections.
Okay, thank you very much.
So pretty much the system will compute those figures for you, and you will just insert it manually in the contribution sections.
Okay, thank you.
But can I also have a question? I was raising my hand, but maybe you didn't see it.
Hey, sorry, excuse me.
Okay, no,
Please
it's okay.
go on.
Just a quick question about I saw that there's a new feature with attaching maybe invoices or in the financial part, and I just wanted to make sure that in the past we never attached invoices to GEMS. We submitted it to the National Control Office. Did anything change? Do we need to submit anything? Because I didn't see in the implementation guide that we have to attach financial documents via GEMS.
Yes, exactly. One of the purpose or the development in this programming period that theoretically or normally the expectation would be you don't send by message anything to the controller, but you upload, attach to the expenditure. Like if we goes to the list of expenditures. So here for each expenditure you report, you have the possibility to attach invoices or presence sheet, whatever needed to support that expenditure. It can be uploaded here.
But do we have to upload it, or it can be discussed with the National Control whether they prefer that these documents are all uploaded here? Or it's
I would say that this is not a question of preference. This is the objective of the program and the system, that all supporting documents to go through GEMS, because there are different layers of controls, and of course people on different layers all have its specific credentials. But if they have the right credentials, they need to see the supporting documents. So no supporting documents to be sent by email, but all supporting documents to be uploaded and attached to the partner report through GEMS. And you, as you have seen, there are plenty of possibilities to upload supporting documents, and this system needs to be performant enough to accommodate whatever attachment you want.
But thank you very much for the reply. But in this case, we would have another question, because in generally when we report like a monthly payment for an expert, we divided it into several tasks, so that sometimes one monthly payment divided by, I don't know, 3 or 4 goes to 3 different actions. That means we would have one invoice, but where to attach this one invoice, because if you would have 4 different lines, and then I think it can just make complications.
Yes. So here you create different records here at the expenditure section. I would say you can attach the supporting documents for each line, let's say, or even you can use the attachment section. Currently, we are at the beginning of to start using this new environment like GEMS, and at the beginning we might have misunderstanding, but we all get to the common or shared point that everything to be submitted and reflected through GEMS.
Thank you very much. I think it will just it will be a really massive amount of documents uploaded here if you have to upload it. But anyway, we will try to manage it and have a clear rules. We discussed with the managing authority. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And my request to you, please don't worry. Put the system on stress. It is there to serve you. So if you have a massive amount of document, just attach it, upload it, and that's gonna be fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you again.
Everybody else, if you questions?
Yes, I would have like a short question on following up the question by
Yes.
Thomas. So we used
Sorry,
to,
excuse me.
We cannot
Yes.
hear you
We
properly.
cannot hear you.
because, okay,
No. We hear sounds, but we
Okay.
cannot understand you.
Yeah,
Me now?
please. It's
Yes.
better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Better? Okay, sorry. So I have just a very brief question following up the question by Susanna. We used to provide access to the controller to our data bank. So that meaning like we took care of all the security issues. So meaning that we didn't deliver any documents via email. Is that like still an option that we grant them access to our data bank to do the control, or did I understand you correctly that you prefer that everything is uploaded in GEMS in order if there will be following the first level control, maybe a second level control or something, that everything is already uploaded in GEMS?
Well, that's a good question. I think by the end of the day, if you had this practice with the controller, maybe you can continue. This can be an understanding between you and the controller. The idea is definitely you need to have a certain supporting documents attached to GEMS, and the access to the database can be an extra information for the controller. You can continue with the process, and the importance is you get to the point that you have your expenditures certified.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much then, and I hand the floor back to Johannes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmad. So far, that was the more, let's say, complex part of the reporting on the partner level. Perhaps we let it sink in further. And if after also my presentation, you have further questions with respect to the partner report, you can pose them, of course. Now we go into the project progress report. I will enter as a lead partner. So this is how it looks like if you enter your project and you are a lead partner, you want to prepare the project progress report. You go in the upper left section of the menu and you click on project reports. It's quite self-explanatory, not only this step, but all further steps, and less complex, one can say, as compared to the partner report. Now, you open your first partner report, and now, Irene, we are coming already to the issue you stressed in your comment. Now, what you have to do here is to start with link to the reporting schedule. And as you see, the first option you can choose is anyway period 2. So that we could do when setting up the project, that the period 1 for you is not appearing at all. So it makes it less confusing. You by default, if you start now the reporting, you have to choose the period 2. It's named 1, period 2 month. don't be confused by that. What matters is here the period 2 can be chosen. The menu is not offering even the option to choose the period 1. The good thing at the same time, and this is why we came to that conclusion, is that GEMS is flexible in with respect to define in those upper fields the reporting period end date and start date. So although the period as such is defined even with related to months 7 to 12, here you are completely free to maneuver around and to choose, and that would be now also in real life. Let's say you would have to do it like this, to choose 1 year, and that's all. And then you go and create, and that's it. But before doing it, and to take out that point again, if you go on our website, if you download those guidelines for filling the project progress report, on the last page, Annex 1, there is that table. Even in the guidelines itself, there's also in the text, there's a red box explaining this. But I'm convinced that that table will remove any doubts, because on that table, the reporting periods according to subsidy contract, the report numbering in GEMS, the time frame of that report, and the submission are connected, are related, and you can, by following that table, you cannot make a mistake. Now, just to simulate what happens in period 2, well, you go to period 2, period 3, sorry, and the period 3 is the 1st of January 2024. Right, I have to delete this most probably. It's the 13th of June, and here it's the 1st of January. So it's period 3, which would be the period 2 actually in the subsidy contract, but you choose period 3, you define the reporting period accordingly, and the issue is fixed. We discussed this. Again, we had to figure out somehow a pragmatic solution, because the system was simply not providing that we can align it to the subsidy contract. And we were also wondering if there might be some implications on FLC level, and we don't see them. So in that regard, this is basically bulletproof. The only thing is that in the beginning, at least, you should go along those guidelines and the annex, which is put in the guidelines, the table. Now we create a report, and this is basically how a report is looking like. You have here those tabs: the project report identification, progress, results, horizontal principle, list of certificates, and so on. And we go now each by each. Let's start with the first one, project identification. Here some fields are auto-generated. It gives an overview. Again, the reporting start date, reporting period start date, end date is displayed. We come to the highlights of main achievements. This you know already from the previous schemes. Nothing much to comment apart from the reminder to be as authentic as possible. Or it's not a promotion task here, but if you have issues then or problems, they should be mentioned there, as well as overachievements should be mentioned there, but it should not only be, let's say, always in that marketing way written, but it should be authentic. Then we have an auto-generated overview of projects and outputs, and we have partner problems and deviations. In the first field, this is rather concerning the overall implementation and partnership problems, whereas in the second field here, it's relating to spending. Also here, please be authentic. I tell that not because, let's say, think you hold back information, but it's a matter of being consistent. Very often, for example, we see that there's a crystal clear, if not crying, a delay in spending, but then those fields offered are not edited at all. So they have a purpose, and if there is a significant delay in spending, then there should come an explanation or a comment at least on that in the respective field. And the same applies to the overall implementation. If certain activities could not be implemented, if a partner is silent or inactive or temporarily inactive, one should comment on that. This is the tab project identification, and we move to the work plan progress. This is basically the tab on which most you will have to work on. Structure is the following. You open a specific objective. You can tick here in the beginning if the specific objective is completed or not. In most cases, it will be completed only by the very project end. Then you have, you can indicate the status of the specific objective, fully achieved, partly achieved, or not achieved. Similar logic like in the partner report. And you provide here explanations, and the same goes for the communication objective. And we have a further field, which is progress. Now you have 3 fields to comment on the specific objective, and the difference is in the first field here, this is on the status quo. So you tick, let's say, from now on it will be partially achieved, most probably applicable to all, and then you describe us the status quo of the achievement of that specific objective. That field will be accumulated, meaning in the next report you open, it reappears. What you write now, it reappears in the next report, and you can add and you can modify. So this is a rolling text basically, and it always should, let's say, describe the status quo reached regarding the achievement of that specific objective. The same for that communication objective. Here, footnote, perhaps a bit less relevant for PAC projects, but also you do communication activities, so you know that in the programming period we are now, we don't have a work package or something on communication, but communication is seen as a horizontal issue. So you describe your status quo regarding the communication here. But it will be a bit less than, and sorry for comparing, but in regular projects which have a higher volume, let's say, of such communication activities. Further footnote, we do have in the DSP project a communication specific objective. So there it is not a horizontal task, but it is our own specific objective due to the very mission of the DSP. And we would not make any issue out of it if in any other specific objectives, but that communication specific objective, you would leave it blank, or you put a reference as generic remark that please see in specific objective communication, and that's it. So, but also for PAC projects, we will not expect here rocket science types of information. Keep it short if you did something terms of communication in a certain period under a specific objective, then describe it briefly. Now here we have then that progress, and this is a field which in the next report you will open, it will be empty. And that means that here you really extract those elements in which you progressed under a certain specific objective. Now we come to activities. Same logic. You describe in the, you tick basically the status, and then you describe the contribution you made during that very period. Here we have an attachment function, which you should not use. It's not forbidden, but below the activity comes the deliverable section, which looks exactly like this, but it's called deliverable, I don't know, capacity building guideline. It was not defined in that project, that's why you don't see it, but it looks exactly the same, but for deliverables. And there again, you have an attachment section. And then, like in the previous programming period, we kindly ask you to upload the supporting documents in relation to a deliverable, which of course at the same time are supporting documents in relation to that activity under which that deliverable is defined. You should upload it under deliverable. Since we are at the attachments, I will come back to that. Also, there's a specific tab, but also Abad mentioned it already. The system, the GEMS, is quite flexible and transparent, and it works like this, that basically at many places you can upload deliverables. Again, you should upload, you can upload attachments. Again, you should upload the supporting documents in relation to deliverables under deliverables, and you should upload the documents related to outputs under outputs. It's easier for us if we search for it. Even if you would not, then it appears in the attachment section in a nice tree diagram. So everything you upload, wherever you upload it, it can be also spotted in that attachment section. The attachment section, at the same time, like Abad mentioned already, is the place where you shall upload all those documents which are not relating to either deliverables or outputs or results, like the application for reimbursement, like press releases, or you, I don't know, you won an award, or whatever comes on top and cannot be related to the work plan as such. Deliverables, outputs, and results goes in the attachment section. And so it goes then for the specific objective 2 and so forth. Please always save changes much more often than I did now. A word perhaps, sorry, to the outputs. But again, here, same scheme. Here you have additionally the quantification element. Target value is 1, you achieve 1. Describe how you achieved it in the current period. And that's it. Project results, also here, basically same logic like in case of outputs. You have the target value, which is imported from the application form. You have the identification of the result. You give us the target or the quantification of what has been achieved in a certain period. And then the system will also accumulate the values. And you describe, of course, the progress achieved in relation to to the achievement of the results. Horizontal principles, we left it free here. Now you defined it in your application forms. Here you can then either you choose positive, neutral, or negative effect, and then you can again describe the contribution to the horizontal principles during the respective reporting period. Now, list of partner certificates. So here appears what the partners provided to you. And you can see it, you can draft the application for reimbursement based on it. And what you can basically here play around with is before sending the project progress report to us, to decide not to include a certain certificate, which is very rare. That case happens, maybe it came out that there's a mistake in the cert or something like this. So this is what you can do here, and otherwise you will see the list of certificates to be forwarded then to the JS. We have here the project reports annexes. I already told basically what can be told about it. So again, please don't, let's say, put all what you upload in that section, but that what relates to deliverables or outputs or results should go under that specific section. Otherwise, for us, it's very hard to trace those documents, and it leads then to questions, and then you tell us, oh, but we uploaded it there and there. It's a bit more transparent now, but if possible, let's agree on having specific documents in specific sections and general documents plus application of reimbursement in that annex section. This is the financial overview section, which is then completely auto-generated, but you can use it for double checking. Report outputs, exports, the same applies what Arpad already explained in relation to the partner report. And we have the submission, and you have here the submission check, and then you can submit. Once you submit it, you cannot redo the progress report. That's a trivial statement, but let's say you don't submit, you stay on the stage before submission, and then you can still modify it, or you can even delete it. And that to delete a progress report, that option was, I think, not given by EMS. How to think out now scenario in which that would be relevant, but it's a bit more flexible also, the GEMS on that stage. And we submit, and that's it. And then it turns also in the overview and the project report identification, the workflow basically is ongoing and visible. Not much more can be told now on that project progress report. I don't see that it would be much more complicated as in EMS. This is my personal opinion. I rather find it a bit more handy and transparent and flexible, but for sure it's not more tricky or more complex than what you're used to. Now we can go into questions and answers. Like partner report. Again, if something came to your mind in relation to the partner report, we can go back to that. Arpad is still here. And since we are together, I add that we can also, let's say, discuss, we should go first with questions in relation to the progress report, but if you have any other question in relation to the implementation ahead, now we are basically in full implementation, then let's take also the opportunity and let's tick out those questions. That's my offer. Open end from our side, we have time. But let's perhaps first close that package of the reporting. So we take questions in relation to the partner report or the progress project progress report, to which last comment from my side, you are again reminded to check the website. We have two guidelines. We have guidelines for the project progress report and guidelines for the partner report, which goes step by step and leave not much questions, I would say. First hand raised I saw is Irene. Irene, please.
I think Susanna had her hand raised already a while before me, so if you want to go first, please go ahead.
Well, okay, thanks, Irene. Indeed, thank you, Johannes. My question relates to the general reporting, and I just wanted to ask, I didn't see in the GEMS any specific section indicated which will be the parts which will go to the DSP, the general EC reporting. I just wanted to make sure that because we will have to do that reporting in April, and when we submit your report in the 1st of April, is there any section which will be automatically taken there? Because I didn't see it here in GEMS. Which will be the parts which will be
which section you're talking about? I mean, you report to us.
Yes, I know, Johannes. I just wanted to ask if they will be, because in the last reporting period, there was a possibility that some certain parts of the report were also automatically could be transposed to the other reporting, the EC reporting. And I just wanted to make sure that in GEMS, will there be any section which will go directly? Because then we can phrase it a little bit more generally, or completely two separate reporting and nothing which we put in GEMS will be put to the EC reporting.
That GEMS reporting you do for us is alone standing, let's say. Yeah. That does not mean that parts of it cannot be used for the EC reporting.
Okay, but if there's not automatically, there will be no sections. Okay.
There is no link, let's say, foreseen in the structure that then would be passed to the EC or whatever. What also can be thought over or might be subject of discussion on MC level is to grant the EC or certain selected users on the side of the EC some view rights in GEMS with respect to the PAC or DSP.
Okay, but
this is not the case. Okay. This is not the case, but I mean, we talk about the EC, yeah, it's not excluded. But again, there is no, in the system like it is set up now, there are no elements anticipated which would contribute to that EC reporting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, I would have two questions. The first question regarding the communication objective of each specific objective. Did I understand correctly that in the DSP, because we have communication under specific objective 1, we only describe it in a detailed way here, and for the others, we refer to that description?
Look, you do a lot of communication as DSP, and you have also communication under the other objectives. So it's also a horizontal task. I mean, you have those very specific communication tasks, yeah, and which are defined in that specific objective 1. But and there most of your communication tasks are bundled, which does not mean that no communication activities at all go on in other activities. So I would say wherever you find it adequate to highlight that under another specific objective, it's also, let's say, take it as an opportunity for you to highlight certain communication achievements, yeah, under other, like you made a particular successful workshop in Brussels or whatever in relation to youth, which is under another specific objective. It can be highlighted, but we will not insist.
Okay.
We will insist regarding specific objective 1. And again, it's, I mean, in regular projects, we do insist to have some remarks on those communication objectives under each specific objective. In your case, we will not insist.
Okay, thank you for the answer. And the other question would be, in the implementation manual, it says that deliverable and output evidences only need to be uploaded in case the deliverable or upload is already finalized. Now, you know that especially in the DSP, we have many deliverables that are ongoing over many periods because they are more like general support activities, which are throughout the whole duration of the project. So does that mean that for those ongoing deliverables, for the ongoing partner reports, I would describe what has happened under these deliverables, but to attach an evidence is only required in the very end when it is considered finalized?
Correct. That was also our approach in the last programming period, by the way. What we had sometimes that there were crucial milestones achieved in some cases, like a very important interim report, which in the end was more important than the final report, you know. And I mean, we are not against those uploads, but we will comment only if you take deliverable completed, and then we don't have any supporting documents or not sufficient. Then technically, in terms of reporting, there's a problem. You can use this to provide also important intermediate steps. What is important is that if you indicate us that, okay, now we achieved that deliverable or now we achieved that output, then we want to have in that very report the upload of a complete set of supporting documents.
Of course. So the evidence needs to be uploaded in that report where the deliverable or output is considered finalized.
Shall be uploaded then, which does not mean that nothing can be uploaded before, can also be.
Okay, thank you.
No more hands raised.
I would, I'm sorry, this is Ioana from Romania. If possible, I am at the beginning with GEMS and reporting and everything. Would it be possible for us to have like a body or someone that can guide us through the first reporting? Is someone available to help us at the beginning? I do not have access at this point. Of course I will, but I would kind of need a little bit of help at this stage of the project.
Yes, you can. I mean, each PAC project and the DSP project has a project officer, which is me, and a financial officer, which is Alpart. And if there are individual questions, then you can always address us. So usually then you address me as a kind of bottleneck through whom the communication goes. And then if it's content related, I will take care. And if it's more financial or then if it's about the partner report, then I would forward the message to Alpart. It's also not a crime if you contact Alpart directly, if anyway it's clear that it's a financial or a partner report related thing, but then put me in copy. that goes for you and that goes for all other partners. So we have with the PAC projects, we kept it always like this, that yes, we stick as far as possible to that lead partner principle. That means if you as a partner would have a problem, then go to your lead partner. In many cases, the lead partners are very experienced and they can help you. And if not, then the lead partner is contacting us. So this is how we have also to handle the regular projects because they have 20-25 partners. But since the PAC projects, also the DSP project has less partners and we know each other, basically we take also questions. You can also, normal partners can approach us directly. It should not be the rule, but it's possible. We don't have a big problem with it.
Thank you so much.
You can, if you have further questions to the partner report, right away you can write me an email, and me and Arpad will provide you with a reply on it. That goes for all other aspects of project implementation, of course. Project changes, first-year review or two-year review, etc., etc. I don't see any more raised hands apart from the one of Arpad. So, yes,
I can sit next to you like this, and just I would like to reach back to the attachment and partner reports and communication between project partners and controllers. And so the objective is that all supporting documents to be through GEMS. So transparency is very much sought after. And if there is any request to submit documents as part of GEMS or to provide information through any other means, please let us know, because we would like GEMS to accommodate and to fit all purposes in case of reporting to controllers. Yeah. So if the controller would request you to send me by message, whatever, or send me by email any supporting document, please let us know. Maybe we can support the controller and the project partner, and we can channel that request through GEMS. Yeah. That's all from me, basically.
Thank you, Arpad.
Thank you.
Good, then last chance for you to some questions. Don't want to force you. And then like always, we keep in touch. That was it from our side. I just want to remind you once again, in case you did not have a look on those guidelines, then please download those guidelines, and especially with that numbering of the reports, that the table I consider a crucial page for you for the next reports. And yes, otherwise, thanks for joining. You will start with the reporting soon. If you face questions, then please contact us and we will try to support you. Then have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Tk you.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.